Hi friends, I'm Coral. Welcome back to my channel. It is very windy once again, so you might hear that windy wind, or mostly like the bush outside my window scraping against the window, which is very creepy sounding. This is not a very creepy video because I'm just telling you like what books I plan to read in February. So like it's not too scary, hopefully. Although there are some books that I'm hoping will be scary. So in February, I've got 3 new releases that I'm planning on getting to. One of them coincidentally and like nicely, like conveniently actually, fits into the buzzword for this month for the buzzword readathon, which is colors. And that is A Court of Silver Flames. I do not have a copy yet. It should be released sometime this month and my pre-order should hopefully get here soon. So this is part of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, but this one has different main characters and it's like people we know from the books previously if you've read them, but like not the main characters in those books, which honestly like I'm fucking sad about, and I'm trying to go into this with like an open mind and like not have like a Grinch attitude about it, but it's hard not to have a Grinch attitude about it because that's who I am. But I'm trying to be excited. I mean, like I am excited. I'm just hoping, I don't know, like I don't want to be up down here, but I also don't want to be up here with my expectations. Like maybe I would keep it here. So like I'm not being Grinchy, but also I don't get my feelers hurt if it's not exactly what I want. You know what I mean? So there's that. The other 2 new releases, well, I guess I should talk about them one at a time. They're actually supposed to be here today in the mail. They're supposed to come, which is like, I mean, they shipped a couple days ago, so they'll be here like 10 days before they're supposed to be released, and that's from bookshop.org, you guys. So I'm telling you, like Amazon, sure, it gets there maybe on its release date, but like bookshop.org sometimes gets it to you before the release date even, and that actually happened when I pre-ordered, I don't remember, but yeah, it came much before the release date, which was so fun. Such a nice little surprise. But anyways, one of those books is Good Neighbors by Sarah Langan, and I'm so excited about this one. It seems like it's gonna be the perfect like suburban, like evil suburban moms book. This is about 2 different families. What are their last names? I have to look it up again. There are the Wilds, who are kind of the weirdos in this neighborhood, and then there's also the Schroeders, and the Schroeder's daughter gets stuck. She falls into like a sinkhole, and the Wilds are blamed for this accident somehow, and it like becomes this huge feud, and it seems like it gets super messy. It's been compared to like The Crucible. It's been compared to Celeste Ng's Little Fires Everywhere, but it's like a different take on a story like that, obviously. But it sounds like it's gonna be so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to that. It just sounds like so much fun. The next one I pre-ordered that's supposed to come today, hopefully, is The Project by Courtney Summers. I have previously only read one of Courtney Summers' books. That was Sadie. And a lot of people really, really loved it, and I just thought it was kind of, I mean, like, I thought it was good, but I didn't love it, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that I like this one more. This is about a reporter. I think she's a journalist, and her older sister had been involved in like a cult, and now the sister is like doing like a, what are they called? Investigative journaling. What is she doing? I don't know. You know what I mean. She's looking into this cult, and she's like feeling herself get sucked in by this like enigmatic leader. And I love books about fictional cults. I love it. I love books about real cults too, but fictional cults can be sad, and then like I can stop thinking about it, you know what I mean? Whereas like real cults just make you sad for the rest of your life when you think about them. So those are the new releases for this month. There are seriously so many books. Like, I don't know. I think 2019, or no, that wasn't last year. I think 2020 was a great year for horror books, and I think 2021 is going to be a fucking great year for horror books. I'm so excited. Oh, there's just so many good ones coming out this year. But I also have some backlog that I'm going to get to. This is my book for one of my 5-star predictions for this year. This is The Descent by Jeff Long. This is one that I have been meaning to get to for a long time. I really thought that this might be what the movie The Descent was based off of. I love that movie. It is like a subterranean horror fest, and so is this, but apparently they're not the same. But this seems super interesting anyways. I'm gonna read you the synopsis from this because like I just don't know what to tell you otherwise. Okay, so it says, in a cave in the Himalayas, a guide discovers a self-mutilated body with the warning, Satan exists. In the Kalahari Desert, a nun unearths evidence of a proto-human species and a deity called Older Than Old. In Bosnia, something has been feeding upon the dead in mass graves. So began mankind's most shocking realization that the underworld is a vast geological labyrinth populated by another race of beings. Some call them devils or demons, but they are real. They're down there and they are waiting for us to find them. Oh my god, it sounds so good. I love these like archaeology horror, like ancient unfound evil on this earth evil, you know what I mean? Like not necessarily spiritual, but like fucking physical evil beings that have been on this earth and we just like don't know about them. Oh, this sounds, oh my god, I'm so excited to read these books this month. I don't know what to tell you. Next up, I have The Auctioneer by Joan Samson. You might recognize this from Paperbacks from Hell because this is featured in that. And this is about a small town, and an auctioneer comes to town and kind of encourages the people of the small town to give up, you know, possessions that they don't need anymore. And it just gets like progressively like the auctioneer is asking for more and more and more, and like there is a downward spiral and shit gets crazy, and I don't really know much beyond that. And I don't want to know much beyond that. I'm very excited to go into this one too. Selected by Book of the Month Club way back when. That's crazy. Utterly shattering, horrifying, enthralling. It's got these dyed edges, these like blood red dyed edges. My cats are laying here and one of my cats has his arm around the other cat and it's very cute, and I wish I could show you without disturbing them. Okay, so this is a book that I picked for like a cold weather read. It is February, technically like the last month that we have winter. This is Night Shift by Robin Triggs. And this is about a new guy on this mining base in Antarctica. And shortly after he arrives, some of the equipment gets sabotaged. And of course, he's the new guy. And like these other people have been living together in fucking Antarctica for like months or years or weeks or something, so like they trust each other, and he is the odd man out, so he gets blamed for this like equipment failure and don't know much about that. Obviously some attacks happen, some people are attacking some people. I don't know if this is like a creature thing or like another human thing, but I'm excited to get to the bottom of it. The last two books I have were both recommendations, like not to me personally. They didn't say, Coral, you should read this book, but they were books that other people recommended. This one is Midnight Rain by James Newman. This was recommended on the last Books in the Freezer podcast that Rachel from The Shades of Orange was on, and they were talking about I think it was an episode about like their favorite books of the year, I think. And this one was mentioned, and I just happened to have this one because I read James Newman's book, The Wicked, a couple years ago, and I really, really loved it. And then I saw this at a thrift store, and I was like, I'm gonna pick this up. And then I just haven't read it. But this is about a young boy, Kyle, and he witnesses the murder of a young girl in like this place where he hangs out. And I mean, that's it. Rachel said it's like a good coming of age story. And I'm excited to read more of James Newman's work. Like I said, I really enjoyed The Wicked. And this one seems like it's gonna be just like maybe dark, gritty. This boy's gonna have to deal with some trauma. Then we have Miscreations, which is a anthology edited by Doug Mureno and Michael Bailey. This I've had, oh, did this come in a Nightworms package? I think it did. But also, I heard about it on this other podcast called, is it Horror Stacks? Horror Stacks, which is hosted by Sam Quay-Lesnick and Waylon Jordan. And I've only listened to like 2 episodes because some of the books that they, like, it's good. But some of the books on there, I'm like, I know for sure I just want to hear nothing about it until I read it. But this one, I was like, I don't even know if I'm ever going to read this. Because, like, typically, I don't love anthologies. Typically. But the way that they were talking about the stories in this made it seem like I might like it. So, I'm going to try it. This is about God's monstrosities and other horrors, so gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Hopefully I like it. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you're planning on reading this month, or if you've read any of these, because I'd love to know what you've thought about them. But that's all for now. Thank you so much. I'm gonna clap for you because I'm so thankful. See you guys later. Bye.